I know without a doubt that this attack that came right after I go through this experience, this pinnacle, this certainty that my Creator has entered my heart and mind in a way that is indeed miraculous. I feel it in every fiber of my being. And then we get, you know, a swift kick in the face. Yes.
Kick in the face.
I know that that means that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So we've been licking our wounds and we've been regrouping, and it's been hurting. It hasn't been easy. But guys, watch out because now we're on a mission.
Hey guys, it's been about a month since we posted a video, and we're starting to get emails, even calls, that people are worried about us. We felt a responsibility to give you an update. Things have been really, really tough around here for the past month, and we wanted to share with you what's been going on behind the scenes because we've been attacked from every angle.
You know, we set out RVing full time and we found freedom, independence, and adventure.
Yeah, we did.
Now we're building a community of people that love God, family, country here at Thunder Canyon. And it seems like ever since we've made that shift, it has just hit the fan, the proverbial fan.
The truth seems to be extremely offensive to a lot of people. About 6 weeks ago, Mercedes and I kind of started trying some new videos because I was having a really cool experience and I wanted to share that experience. And we've gotten attacked from every single angle you can imagine, physical, mental. And so we just wanted to give you an update on where we're at.
So to set the stage, and I know you might feel uncomfortable about this, I'm just going to vent it out. But to set the stage, I kind of want to go back about 5 or 6 months. It started with the death in the family of your younger sister. And in my opinion, that hurt a lot more than you let up because you're tough as nails, but that cracked the heart, you know?
Maybe a little bit.
A lot of it. So then we started building some momentum, and it really came to head in March when we did the 40-day challenge with our people. We had Catholics, we had Mormons, we had a boatload of Baptists, and every day somebody would pick a verse from the Bible and talk about why it brought them hope. And we didn't fight about the stuff that people fight about, right? It brought us together, and it was
a cool experience,
and it was amazing. We did this every night for 40 nights.
Yeah.
And then on Easter, John got notice that his mom passed away. I can't imagine what it's like to lose one parent, but when you lose both, there's a transition of being the oldest, like, you know, now you're or patriarchy, but you know what I mean, like the leader.
Atria.
I know, patriarchy is a bad word. You're not allowed to say that anymore.
There's your generation.
No,
patriarchy.
No, but I don't mean it in that way.
White privilege. Tell me about my white privilege.
No. In my family, you either got a matriarch or a patriarch or both. Like, I understand. I'm not using the word with what it means today.
I was playing.
Yeah. When that happened and when you got notice, Easter was such a beautiful day. The sun was shining and the whole community there. Yeah,
absolutely. And what a great day to die, you guys, on Easter Sunday. My mother met Jesus on Easter. It doesn't get any better than that.
But I can't imagine, you know? And I think that was like the precipice of the pendulum swinging down with even more momentum in the opposite direction. We went from a place where we were very, very close to God, and then the floor falls out from underneath us. But not just in one area of our lives, in multiple areas of our lives. Yeah,
that's true. The floor dropped out after Easter.
And then we get sick. And we didn't
That was scary. Sage was up and down 104 degrees.
It was on and off for a while. I'm only 37 years old and I should not be getting that sick. And it really worries me seeing my daughter get that sick too.
Yeah, Sage was sick for the whole 3 or 4 weeks too, you guys. It was crazy, absolutely crazy.
And it just boomeranged around and it was like never over, you know? I remember getting sick as a kid for like, I don't know.
3 or 4 days tops.
Yeah. That never this long. I don't know what they're putting in the food or what the deal is in the water. And what's so frustrating is that the stuff that's bad for you is super, super craveable and addictive. So all you want is the stuff that's bad for you. And the stuff that's good for you, it just...
Well, now they're playing with that food.
Exactly. So I'm just beyond frustrated. This is going to sound weird, and please don't judge me for what I'm saying. But it seems to me that feeling that close to God and then getting the shellacking that we got, it's like the bad guy or some bad... I don't want to... It just
the
seemed,
gates of hell opened.
Exactly.
It felt like the gates of hell opened, you guys. We got physically sick, all four of us, and it wouldn't end.
Mentally,
emotionally, we were getting attacked. It's typical for us to get attacked on YouTube. We're used to that.
Yeah.
But when friends start attacking you and family starts attacking you, and I mean everybody, it's almost like a dark force was released. When we started talking a lot about our own truth, when we started talking about the Bible, about scripture, about all that stuff. And then we do the 40 days and 40 nights with our group of people, which was amazing.
The most amazing thing
It was
ever.
amazing.
Yeah.
About 300 people watched every video, 40 nights in a row. It ended on Easter and my mother passed away.
Come on.
That was a high because what a day to die, right?
But then
there's some deeper stuff. But it's like the hammer came down then. And you can't make the stuff up that is happening lately.
No, it's true. And then we even had one camper that got, hauled out of here in an ambulance.
We had our first camper die here at Thunder Canyon, which is absolutely horrible.
It's just, I can't even. And then the thing about it's one thing to get fire from outsiders as far as, the hate mail, the whatever. But when we start getting it from friendlies,
family,
and everyone knows what we should be doing, but none of them have a YouTube channel, but they all know how we should run our YouTube channel.
Well, what's sad is it's like our truth is offensive to so many people, friends and family, along with the YouTube crazies that usually follow us every week.
Yeah, it's just, and I get it that I'm not saying that you guys have to agree with everything we think, of course not. But what about friendly dissent? We
had a guy drive from Kansas to tell us he had a message from God and that we needed to get back to doing RV videos.
You know what? And that's where it all started. I promise you it would have been 100 times easier to stay doing RV videos. Hey guys, here's the latest RV product to sell. Use my link, thanks. I mean, you don't think we could have sold out like everyone else has?
Would have been a lot easier. We would have made a lot more money.
Oh my gosh, I got a flat tire in an RV, because that makes a good RV video. I mean, come on. It would have been so much easier to stay in the RV industry. And every time we see something that's messed up, we call it. It's like the kid that's like, hey, the emperor has no clothes on. Well, we're the only RVers that are saying, yo, the emperor of the country has no clothes on, and we're calling it. But we're paying a heavy price. And everyone knows what we should be doing better than us, but not one of them has a YouTube channel, especially
But to be fair, you pushed back on me for 6 months.
I know.
And then finally you came over, we started getting on the same. I believe it's when you and I started coming together.
That the forces came
about God, right? About God, because it's always me that I was the God guy. And Mercedes like, you gotta stop talking about this. Let's get back to RV videos.
Because I don't like it when someone is forefront, God. Like, it feels like someone's trying to change my opinion. I don't care if you talk about God as long as I don't feel like you're trying to change my opinion. And it felt like you were trying to shove it down the throats, and it was like, and I know you didn't mean it.
No, I was just trying to share my own experience, Mercedes. I was sharing my own experience. I was having a spiritual experience. God has led us in an unbelievable path for the past 4 years. And I felt compelled and extremely grateful to share those experiences with our people.
No, and I get that. But it's like, if you listen to the most amazing, beautiful song, if the volume's up at 10, it's not going to sound pretty, even though it's a great song.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it was just too intense for me. And so I do think our videos are better when we balance each other out.
You missed my point. I'm saying that you were the one that was pushing back against me about sharing my experience with God.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks ago, you kind of came on board and kind of teamed up with me.
Yeah.
And that's when it seemed like that every dark force on the planet seemed to come after us.
And maybe
it's almost like it's pushing us apart now.
Maybe that's exactly what it is.
Guys, believe it or not, in 2 weeks, we'll have been at Thunder Canyon 2 years.
It's crazy.
2 years we've given everything, blood, sweat, tears, to build what we believe that God has wanted us to build. And I've screamed from to the rooftops about how grateful I am that God is doing this. God's doing this. It's not me that's doing this.
Yeah.
It's not me that's doing this. I'm almost just like his tool. And I don't know where to go next. But I do know that the closer I get to the truth, the gospel of God, the pushback, the forces that come after us you can't make this stuff up. It's like the truth in our country has become offensive.
Yeah.
And I believe that more of us have to scream to the rooftops about God and the scripture and be better people.
Well, and See, I feel like there's a lot going on in our country that we need to talk about. And the more that people don't talk about it, the worse it's getting. And I think that if enough people talk about it and say, hey, this is whack. This is not, this is not real. This is not. The more people that say that, the more good will come from it.
But you're not understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the truth is the truth is the truth. We've got the oldest book in the world, the Bible. It tells us God's law inside that book. The reason we are suffering is we're not following God's law. Divorce, I'm a divorced man. Sin is a sin. The book tells us how to live our lives. The book tells us, gives us strict directions on what to do, and people in this country are just not following it.
I don't know what to say to that. I almost felt like at first I thought that you were like mad at me, but then when you talked about your own sin, I actually liked it better because it was more relatable.
Yeah.
No, it's true, because I think that's the part that's pissing me off too, is that the more we talk about the Bible, sometimes we are attracting Christians that are holier than thou, and their crap doesn't stink. And I can't stand that, judgy. And it's like, you have no idea where I come from. You have no idea the journey that I took to get here. But I know what you should be doing more than you do, and I'm closer to God than you do, and I'm doing a better job at God than you do. And I'm also not a fan of the people that are trying to like convert to get notches on their belt, if that makes sense. Like, I think the biggest seed we can plant is how we behave and how we live. I don't think that it's about like trying to convince someone of anything, because if you try to convince me of something, that means you don't respect me. Because if you respected me, you wouldn't try to force a viewpoint on me.
God gave us God's law. They're in a book.
And He gave us free will.
It's the oldest book. He gave us free will. All we need to do, our job, is to build our relationship tighter with Jesus Christ, okay? And get closer to God and share the gospel. Share our experience. Share the truth that the book brings us.
And I think, sometimes I think we could be effective doing it. I love God, and I love the experience that you're going through, and I see the spiritual journey you're going through. And the reality is that at some points I just can't relate. 57 and 37 are sometimes really far away.
Yeah, especially when you went through school that you went through, and I went through school that I went through. It's almost like Christians, and I'm not blaming anybody. I blame Christians in this country while we've lost the country. 100%, right? Because what they do now is they keep their heads down. They're afraid to speak the truth.
No, they'll keep their heads down when really bad, flagrant stuff is going on outside, but they'll gossip and infight with one another because Susie at the church service is doing blah, 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 blah wrong.
Or this is said differently or interpreted differently.
They'll take that and fight with their brothers and sisters instead of fighting the real enemy that's outside.
Yeah.
It's not like school where you get like a perfect attendance and you get stars and demerits. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. The reason the country is in the spot it's in right now is Christians. Christians are the problem. Because Christians are ashamed to say what they truly believe in their heart.
Ooh.
We've been shamed into keeping our heads down, be quiet, when we've got to get louder. Yeah. The reason they're winning, guys, the reason the devil is winning on this planet right now is because Christians are keeping their mouth shut. Yeah. All we got to do is speak up, tell the truth. Yeah. That's it. Tell the truth. The truth is not offensive.
Yeah, no, it's true. And we're getting attacked on all angles. Then I got a real devastating blow. And this one was, see, I can't even tell. I haven't even told this to my child. I'm just going to show you guys the footage because I don't even want to say the words out loud. But, we literally got an attack here, and I have a lot of chickens, and every now and then I lose one, and I've explained to my child how they go to heaven. Well, she's been talking about heaven all the time, and it's kind of to the point where she's worried, is someone I love going to go to heaven soon? And that is, I'm putting my voice down.
She's asking me.
I'm putting my voice down because I kind of don't want her to hear this, right?
And that's what's going on. She listens to everything now.
Yeah.
And she's heard about my sister dying, my mother dying, and then the chickens dying. We just had an attack on one of your chicken coops.
Four lost.
4 chickens lost in one night. And other people have warned us, have you had any predators get in there yet?
We've been pretty,
We've been lucky. And then Mercedes, God bless her, she went out to check her chickens last week.
And it was
it was horrible.
So so you know, the getting it on all angles, like literally an attack, but also emotionally, spiritually, figuratively, people that I really have put some trust into, that all of a sudden are like, I'm gone, you know, and it's just
out.
yeah, and it's just, I'm starting, I think the other thing is I'm questioning myself, because it's like, am I putting my trust in, you know, like, am I picking the right friends, you know? But I think that it would be, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention a couple of other things. So, just when it's like, I think I'm going to get swallowed up, I'm in a dark hole, I see no way out, there's like some God shots that pop in.
There's always faith.
And just as like the balance. So we had the death, but then we also had some life. And
so just like we have some really lows and we have some really highs, but we've always keep the faith and know that God wins in the end, guys. Always.
And the big thing that was really a game changer, and I just told the world about how I've seen you go through some really tough stuff. Watching this man become a grandfather and watching his love for, he is so happy and so excited. You know, it's like...
They got a live camera on, her name is Flynn. They got a live camera on Flynn, and I sit there and I stare at my phone right when I wake up. And when the cameras aren't working, I go crazy. I drive my son crazy. You know, what's wrong with the cameras? And I just love staring at her, and I love her watching her eyes. And
her eyes are open. Oh, she's going to cry. Oh, she's happy.
Gorgeous. She's so beautiful. I'm so happy for her.
She's taking a nap.
My son Shane and Ellen. God bless you guys. I cannot wait to get out to Colorado.
Yeah.
At the same time, we had planned on going out there. We'll change of plans. Someone that was supposed to stay here with us is no longer staying here with us.
Someone that was going to watch everything while we were going to Colorado has had a major deviation in their plans.
And they can't. They don't know when they're coming back.
Yeah.
So we've got to stay here and run this place.
Yeah, and then the other thing that was kind of cool was that I lost 4, right? But I
lost 4 chickens.
I lost 4 chickens. But I gained 4.
We just had 4 babies today.
And it is so cute watching the mama, and you can tell by looking at them, they're a day old.
Yeah.
They're young.
Brand spanking new. Got some video of
they're
it.
little. And I didn't buy these ones. You know, nature did that all on its own. What we're fighting is a sign that we're doing exactly what we need to do and to double down. The resistance that we're experiencing is a sign that we're on the right course.
We're on the right course. We're on the right path.
And what we've done is we've just doubled down, we've simplified, we've looked at everything in our lives and cut out what doesn't need to be here, including like, okay, so what can we get rid of so that we can do better the things that are the most important? And guys, I almost feel like I owe you an apology that we haven't posted sooner, but I want you to know we really needed to put our effort into taking care of ourselves and trimming the fat and taking a step back to look at the whole picture. And well, obviously when she had the 104 fever, that was off the table. But now that that we're trying to regain our health and get into some good habits, guys, we have to take care of ourselves first, otherwise we ain't got nothing to give. And I don't want you guys to be worried, but I also feel connected to you, just like you guys worry about us and think about us. And I feel connected to you too, and I feel that same pull of like, you know, hey, we gotta, you know what I mean? Just like they're asking us how we're doing, we feel the pull that, hey, we need to show up. And we have doubled down. And the time that we've spent away has not been in vain. We have used that time to get some real clarity. So much so that we actually just came out with these shirts. They're limited time that say God Family Country, because if you have a problem with God Family Country, then that's too bad. And if you don't, get a shirt and tell the world God Family Country, because they're trying to shut us up and it's time.
They're trying to kill the family now.
We need God Family Country. We need God Family Country now more than ever. And this shirt, there was a lot of infighting about how do we say what we're trying to say. And it's like, what are we trying to say? God, family, country.
Yeah, the one thing that brings us all together, guys, is there's one God, there's one family, and there's one country. And if we can come together and just love one another and continue to tell the truth or our experience, simply our experience about God.
Share your story.
Share your story every day. See who you can help. That's what'll change the world.
I really believe that God, family, country just says it all. That's our core values. That's what we're about. We're about self-determination. We're about
rugged individualism.
absolutely about responsibility. We are about agency. You know, I have agency in how my life is. I'm not a victim. This is not a victim thing. This is a telling you the story. And guess what? We're doubling down on our prayer, doubling down on our health, doubling down on the
sovereignty.
people, and the people we're keeping close, and what we stand for and what we don't stand for. But it's just, you can't make this stuff up. Our days are so full. We're packing into the stream of life. And I know without a doubt that this attack that came right after I go through this experience, this pinnacle, this certainty that my Creator has entered my heart and mind in a way that is indeed miraculous. I feel it in every fiber of my being. And then we get, you know, a swift kick in the face. Yes.
Kick in the face.
I know that means that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So we've been licking our wounds and we've been regrouping, and it's been hurting. It hasn't been easy. But guys, watch out, because now we're on a mission.
Yep. Mission to build the RV Odd Squad and God family, and
we're a community that loves God, family, country. Mm-hmm. And we happen to RV.
and own an RV park.
Yeah, there you go. So I guess we'll see you in the next video.